That looks all right, doesn't it? So we've got some cannelloni today with beef. It takes a little while, this, because we've got to make the beef, we've got to stuff the tubes, we've got to make a tomato sauce, we've got to make a white sauce, and then we've got to cook it. So it does take a little while, but is it worth it? Oh yes. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. So we're going to start off with the meat sauce. So what I've got here is some beautiful ground beef. I mean, that's a freshly ground. Didn't buy it like that. Got it and ground it up. There's about 4 cups there in total. 2 cups of tomato paste, or actually 270 grams. I know that because it's 2 of those little kind of Tetra Pak things. 2 cups of onion cut nice and small. A tablespoon of garlic. 2 teaspoons of oregano or oregano, whatever you call that. Oil, salt, pepper. Let's go. So skillet, frying pan, whatever you like. In there I've got 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using sunflower oil. You can change that if you want. Medium heat. We're going to drop it in the 2 cups of onion cut small. The tablespoon of garlic. Salt. Black pepper. And we're going to go for about 4 minutes. So just a few minutes there to bring that together and get it on its way. We're now going to add in our ground beef, like I say, which is really beautiful, the one I'm using today. Stay on a medium heat. We're now going to go for about 6 or 7 minutes, and we're going to be crunching it down, as you can see, pushing it down there and stirring fairly often. Seven or so minutes there. You can see that it's changed color pretty much all the way through. It's looking great. Next up, we're going to drop in that tomato paste, 2 cups of that, roughly, or if you want it exact, it's 270 grams. The oregano or oregano. If you want, get some fresh basil in here, or basil. But I'm just going with that. And now we're going to go for another 5 minutes or so. And again, we're going to be stirring pretty much all of the time here. And then we've done it. We've got a really simple meat sauce, which is not super wet. You know, you want it kind of fairly dry if you're making sort of a lasagna or cannelloni. Okay, off goes the heat. Just check that for salt and pepper. But there we go, we've got a nice, decent, quick, simple meat sauce there. Okay, so there's our meat sauce. We can move on to the next step. So I'm going to go back in with the same pan. No need to clean it. I've got a couple of tablespoons of oil in there. Again, I'm using sunflower. Change that if you want. Just half a cup of onion, sliced this time. Chop it if you want. 2 teaspoons of garlic, salt, black pepper to taste, and we're going to go medium heat, 4 minutes. Very simply, we're now going to add 1 can of tomatoes. In they go. Now these were a whole plum tomato. I just roughly chopped it with my hand. A teaspoon. This time I'm using basil or basil, whatever you call that, dried. 400 ml can. I think, is that like 13, 14 fluid ounces, you say in America? Not sure. Roughly like that, I think. Okay, medium heat, 5 minutes. Give it a stir every now and then. Okay, off goes the heat. Nice, quick, easy little tomato sauce. So meat sauce is done, tomato sauce is done. We've got to do a white sauce next. So before we jump into the white sauce that we're going to be making, let's just take a look at our cannelloni. Now this is a no cook, so I don't have to boil this first, which makes it much easier to stuff. If you've got a kind of, it's like you've got a little jellyfish or squid that you're trying to stuff otherwise. These ones, you stuff them, they're hard, like uncooked, then you put them in the tray, and then they cook in the tray. Much, much easier. I love that. Same with lasagna sheets as well. I always use this. Not endorsing this brand. In fact, I've never used this brand before. I just bought it. But yeah, any brand, most companies now do a no-cook pasta that you can use. So I'm back in the same pan. I mean, basically just so you can see clearly. In there I've got 2 tablespoons of butter that I've melted and 2 tablespoons of plain wheat flour. We are on a very low heat, like a kind of simmery sort of heat. You could be doing this in a little saucepan if you want, but like I say, just so you can see what's happening here a bit clearer than a little pan. What we're going to do is stir and stir and stir for about 4 minutes or so. We want to cook that flour in the butter. We're going to make a really simple white sauce here, very simple. Okay, so you can see that it's changed colour slightly. We're going to add a little bit of salt. We're going to add a little bit of nutmeg, just a little pinch or two of nutmeg. Now you need to cook this so that it kind of gets rid of that flour taste. You know, you don't want a floury kind of taste in there. Now milk, 700 ml milk. We're going to pour it all in. We're going to stay on this nice low heat and we're going to stir and stir and stir, and it will thicken. Maybe about 3 or 4 minutes. So it's all about stirring, stirring, stirring and keeping it low. We've got ourselves a nice sauce there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some cheese to this, like a couple of cups of grated mozzarella or cheddar or parmesan, up to you. Just get it in there. Heat off, little mix. Nice little sauce there, beautiful. So white sauce is done. Tomato sauce is done. Meat sauce is done. You've seen the pasta that we're using. Look at that, beautiful. Let's get it all together. Okay, there you go. Look, you can see that I've just stuffed them. I didn't want to show you how to do it. I'm sure you know how to do it. Get a teaspoon, use your finger, whatever. Get it in there nice and tight. Beautiful stuff. Let's move on. Okay, so I'm using glass. You can use metal, you can use ceramic. It's up to you, as long as it can go in the oven. Preheat your oven at 200. I'll leave some timings downstairs in the text. We say 200. I think in America you say something different, but there you go. Look, what we're going to do is we're going to pop our filled pasta in. So just one layer of that. We're now going to take our tomato sauce and we're going to get that on. Now some people would put a layer of tomato at the bottom, but because of the amount of white sauce we're using here, which is quite a lot more than this, it's going to work out just beautifully. And then white sauce time. So our white sauce goes on there, like so. And again, we're going to spread that out. So I've just put 200 grams there, which I think is about 7 ounces. I'm not very good with the ounces and stuff, but yeah, 200 grams of cheese. Now I've used about, just going to put a little bit of oregano on the top as a signature. I've used a cheddar, but you can use mozzarella, parmesan, a mixture of everything that you like. I've got on there 3 different types of cheddar, but you could just use one single one if you want. Okay, that's going to go in your oven at 200. I mean, read the packet because everything's cooked in there apart from the pasta. So for me, that's going to go in for about 10, 11 minutes or so. You know what we're looking for. Beautiful crispiness, golden brown. Yeah, I'll see you then. Okay, there you go. That was about 12 minutes in my oven. And yeah, 200 C is like 392 F. That's what I found out. But that is absolutely delicious. Really, really beautiful. Hope you enjoy that. Keep safe, keep well. I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Thanks a lot for getting to the end of the video. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, that does help us out quite a lot with the algorithm and such like. Subscribe if you like, you'll get notified about what we're doing. There's a thanks button if you want to donate. See you soon.